So yeah, the Red Sox are awful, and I feel like an idiot for even suggesting at the beginning of the season that this team could possibly sneak in as a wild card. It's a bad take. I own it. They suck eggs. If you just want to see what I would rather do and what you guys would rather do, go to this point in the video. I'm just going to give like a minute or two, maybe longer, on just what I've thought of this season, and then we'll go from there. So at the beginning of the year, I said I wanted to see two things from this Red Sox team. Number one, I said that I wanted their young guys, the guys with potential, the guys that need to step up their game to really become stars. I wanted to see them make strides in their game, improve, get better, yada yada. Did they do that? Not really. I mean, Devers has been up and down. He's batting like 252 right now, I think. Not very good. Bogaerts has been solid. He's sitting about 280. I know he's better than that, so that could use some improvement. But he has 10 home runs. Andrew Benintendi has looked awful. He has regressed big time. I don't know. I can't really tell why. The swing looks off. He doesn't look confident up at the plate. Really bad. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but you watch him and you go, oh boy, like that is not the guy that we've seen the past couple of years. The second thing I said I wanted to see from this team is I just wanted to watch their games and not want to, I believe I said, missile kick my TV through the wall. They're 0 for 2. Young guys haven't looked all that great, and they really make me want to just like swan dive out my bedroom window. It's weird too because I was looking at the stats, and as a team, offensively on paper it doesn't look bad. They are 8th in batting average, I think, and overall runs scored they are 10th. So top 10 in both, pretty massive offensive categories. And it feels a lot worse than that. And I think the reason for that is because they're putting up a lot of runs in losses. They're losing games like 10-8. Pretty good offensive night, but you're giving up a bajillion runs, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, the pitching, if that's what we want to call it. I said that they were a bottom 5 rotation in the video I had earlier for the Red Sox expectations. I said bottom 5. I just want to apologize for giving them that much credit. I would like to apologize to the bottom 5 teams that aren't the Red Sox and say that at least you aren't them. And also say that I'm sorry for putting them in the same category as the Red Sox. Because they are far and away the worst. They are dead last in team ERA. If you look at all of their pitchers, I believe Perez is leading the team in ERA, and I think it's like a 4.07. Not only are they last in ERA, which is a 6.11, dreadful. They are also dead last in opponent batting average, 290. So they're turning other teams' lineups into basically a 300 hitter, every one of them. The average, 290. Like, good Lord, guys. I mean, I knew that they weren't going to be great, but holy shit. At the time of recording this, they are 14-28, one of the worst records in Major League Baseball. The only teams with less wins are the Rangers and the Pirates. So I think it's safe to say, in this shortened season, thank God I don't have to watch 7 months of this. The best thing they can do is to continue to suck, get a high draft pick, go from there. Their farm system is ass. You need to restock the farm system, do what you can there, and then spend a lot of money. And with the way this team has been handled and performed over the past decade or so, they'll probably be in the World Series in a couple of years. That's just kind of the way it goes. They suck, they're in dead last, and then all of a sudden they're in first, and then they win a title somehow. So it wouldn't surprise me if it happened again. It honestly wouldn't. How are they going to get there from here? No idea. Don't ask me that. Now, the fun part of the video. I'm going to say what I would rather do than watch a Red Sox game. And I asked my Twitter and Instagram followers what would they like to do. You guys had some really funny ones, really weird ones, and really painful ones. So we'll touch on all of it. Some of them I'm not including because too much. But yeah, so what would I rather do than watch a Red Sox game? Well, I would rather army crawl on broken glass. I would rather slam my tongue in a car door. I would rather skydive attached to a fridge. That would be fun. I would rather drink dip spit. Tasty, yeah. I would also rather eat an entire bag of ghost peppers. And I would rather lose an arm to an alligator doing one of those death roll things, so it just kind of twists off. That's what I would rather do than watch a Red Sox game. Now let's go through some of your comments. Ben would rather chop his balls off while counting backwards from 100 in Spanish. Honestly, kind of impressive, not gonna lie. This guy would rather get a rectal exam from the Hulk. Ouch. Not that I've had one, but I'm sure they are very painful. And the Hulk's fist is the size of my head. So I don't really need to say more than that. This guy would rather jerk off with sandpaper. Ouch. Isaac would rather play naked leapfrog with a unicorn after having cocktails with Bill Cosby. You get lots of points for originality on that one, man. Josh would rather watch Marley and Me on repeat. That is a good movie, but it is sad as fuck, so I know what you're talking about. Eddie would rather watch his wedding video. I'm not married and I don't plan to be for a very, very long time. But that's funny. I'm interested to hear what happened in your wedding video, or is it just too cringy for you? Is there something in it that you're like, no, I can't watch this, or is it just kind of everything? Jack would rather do burpees on a bed of nails. That sounds appealing. I'd rather be forced to run 10 miles dehydrated in Death Valley when it's 134 degrees. That's a death sentence, but okay. This guy just tweeted a gif of a horse jumping rope, and I don't know if that's supposed to be a bad thing, but I kind of think that's cool. So this guy said, get another concussion at a water park. He said another, which means he's already had one, and I'm interested to hear the story on that one. This one's one of my favorites. Start a GoFundMe for our poor owner John Henry to ensure his network can withstand another inevitable luxury tax in the future. Very sarcastic, very funny. I think my favorite one from Twitter was probably this one. Cut the entire lawn with scissors. And it's my favorite simply because that's a funny image in my head of just a guy like taking 3 years off of his life to cut my backyard with a pair of scissors. Run a mile barefoot on a road made of Legos. Eat a mayo sandwich while my hands are tied behind my back as I watch my grandparents take a tomato bath. I don't know why, but I'm getting the feeling this dude has watched the tomato bath thing before. That's too specific to just think. On to the Instagram comments. Listen to Nickelback. I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy a handful of their songs. I don't really understand the internet hate for them. I don't think they're as bad as people say. I'm not saying they're good, but I've never understood that people act like they're the worst thing that's ever existed ever, and I don't agree with that. I think this is the one that made me laugh the hardest out of anything. This was my favorite, hands down. Be Antonio Brown's therapist. What a fucking nightmare. Listen to Cardi B. Yeah, I'm not a fan of hers. Go to a barbecue with Verdugo and stab someone? Okay. Try stabbing Jello to the wall. I've never tried that, but now I kind of want to. Clip my toenails. I had like 4 or 5 of these. Is that a bad thing? Like, what is so bad about clipping your toenails? Like, you have to do it. Are your toenails like Wolverine's claws? Like, I don't understand what's so bad about clipping your toenails. Like, is that an inside joke? Am I missing something? I don't know. Kiss a snapping turtle. Yeah, it'll be the last thing you ever kiss for sure. Be Kenny from South Park. Poor Kenny. Go to a water polo match. I'm not gonna lie. I like water polo. I think it's cool. That's all. Yeah, so there's a lot more, but if I went through all of them, the video would be like 50 minutes long. So I'm gonna stop here. I like including your guys' comments. I'll be sure to do that more. Comment below. Let me know what you think of the Red Sox. Let me know whatever. I don't care. Yeah, as always, like and subscribe, and yeah.